So now I have an opportunity to go down as an assistant to the instructor, right? I said, that being the case, I really like this. I would like to become an instructor. And then my boss kind of backed away his chair from the desk a little bit and said, slow down, Lester. There are a lot of things to be considered and this and that. And I said, I understand that. But I had thought about them being uncomfortable because as a black guy, it wasn't going to be easy. No onus on IBM, but I think I've earned the opportunity for you to give me that chance. He said, well, we'll see, we'll see. And I went back to Boston to my regular job. Sure enough, several months later, my manager called me into the office and said that IBM was willing to give me a survey trip so I could come back to Lexington and see if I felt like I could live there and I would get the job as an instructor. Yeah. Being aggressive helped because I tried to take all responsibility. And if it didn't work out, I wasn't going to blame IBM in any way, shape, or form. Now, my wife can accompany me. IBM is going to pay the expense of getting me, my wife, and my child, my young baby, to come down and check things out. And it told us, to check into the hotel. And here's how you find a taxi who's been informed that his job would be to take us where we need. He needed to take us to find us a home. Now we go and to the first offering. As you approach, you know the place is going to be totally unacceptable. The neighborhood is not attractive in any way. It's not even tolerable in any way, shape, or form. And we go in, and I don't know if this is one of the houses used the New York expression and said it's a railroad flat. And she explained to me, you open the front door and you just go in a hallway. And then you come to a door on the right, and that might be a small sitting room. The other door might be a small bedroom, but very limited. And you keep walking, you're going to get to the end in the kitchen, and it's all off this narrow thing. The rooms are small, going off to the sides. I think the first place may have had a lot of punctures in the wall and a lot of, woodwork that had been tortured or cracked or broken and so forth. And the realtor described it as just requires a woman's touch. And Mira looked at me and gave me a look right, and it was totally unacceptable. But it was what was available to blacks. A double hot plate was a kitchen stove and no oven or anything. Anyway, we couldn't believe it was so insulting and so ridiculous. And we flew all the way down, and this is what they had to offer. I think after the second place we looked at was totally unacceptable for many reasons. We're talking to the real estate. And I said, why did IBM choose you? He said, because I tried to help in the past to find something for blacks to come, and they never found anything, and deals always fell through. Now I'm going to have to go to IBM and say thanks for the opportunity and go back to Boston. Got on the phone to tell our parents about our miserable trip. and the miserable discoveries once we got there. Uh, their family doctor, Mira's family doctor, had a good friend, I think he was a dentist, who lived in Lexington, Kentucky, and their doctor knew that he had built a new house on spec. He could afford to build this house and sell it for a profit. And so he asked his Lexington friend to sell the house to us and give the kids a break, right? Anyway, we met with him. I don't think he gave us a break, but he was willing to sell us the house to make whatever profit he anticipated. So it was a win for him in a way, and a win for us totally, because without this house, we're back to Boston.